Hello, this is James. Today I'm going to teach you one single powerful strategy that will allow you to break through versus back down or break down. How to conquer versus quit. Sound exciting? It is, and I think you're going to find that it's actually quite counterintuitive. But we'll get to that in just a moment. In case you don't know who I am, my name is James Arthur Ray. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller, Harmonic Wealth, as well as my latest book, Life Unleashed Blueprint, How to Live Life on Your Own Terms, Harness Your Unique Genius, and Have Maximum Impact on the World. Now, to get into this strategy about how to break through versus break down, we've got to understand the difference between pain and suffering. Now, sometimes we think those are synonyms. They're not. They're close cousins, but they're not the same thing. Pain is a natural part of life. You know, you drop a weight on your foot, it hurts. There's pain. Someone says something to you, it hurts. There's emotional pain. There's also mental pain. You lose something that you really are attached to. That happens, and there's pain. But pain subsides. You know, if you've ever worked out in the gym, you know you go to the gym, and if you're really working hard, which I would encourage you to do, then there is pain. You know, it hurts. The lactic acid builds up in the muscles, and you want to quit, but you learn to love that pain. Now, the difference between pain and suffering is that suffering, get this, and you might want to write some notes, because this is a game changer when you get it. Suffering comes from resistance to pain. Does that make sense to you? Your suffering is a direct correlate to the resistance or the amount of resistance that you have to pain in your life, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental. Now, pain is part of life. You're never going to get away from it. Suffering, on the other hand, is a choice. And I'm not going to say you're not going to suffer because, you know, even though I teach these things, I'm not all the way there. I'm just a little bit maybe more cognizant of it, and so I can shorten the suffering. I can minimize the suffering. I can recognize, and so will you be able to in a moment as well, when I am causing my own suffering. Now, there's a concept in behavioral cognitive therapy called acceptance and commitment therapy. Now, let's understand, acceptance and commitment therapy, while quite powerful, the objective is not, I underscore not, to do away with pain. What the objective is to minimize suffering. And in the term itself, in the name itself, it tells you exactly what you must do. You must accept your own pain. Easier said than done, right? But again, I go back to the gym, and I've worked out since I was 18 years old, so I've been doing this for quite a long time. Maybe you work out as well. I hope that you do, because it will prolong your life. But that's another topic now, isn't it? So go back to the gym, and you know that if you're going to get an optimum shape, there is pain involved. There's no way you can avoid that. If you're going to grow a business, there is pain involved. If you're going to have a great romantic relationship, now here's a hot button, there is pain involved. And if you're in one, you know what I'm talking about. Whether you like it or not, pain is a part of life. Pain is not a signal to suffer. Pain is a signal to grow. Pain is weakness leaving the body. Wow, there's one you can think about. And the times that we suffer, which you will, by the way, me too, is when we are attached to an outcome that we're not getting. And the fact is, frankly, that a lot of the outcomes we want are not good for us, even if we were to get them. They're not realistic. And they're often very quite romantic. You know, one of the things that I teach my personal coaching clients to do when I'm doing ultimate performance coaching is to let go of romantic ideals and stop chasing goals that they don't have the unique genius and the gifts to achieve. Now, that's a tough one. But when you do this, let's go back to acceptance and commitment therapy. What acceptance and commitment therapy tells us is that when you accept your current situation, in other words, whatever your current pain is, you accept it. You say, okay, I'm in pain. It might be physical pain. You know, I've been there with you. You might have a health condition right now, and when you accept the condition, you can learn to then be committed to using it. You follow? Acceptance and commitment therapy is not about doing away with pain. It's about functioning with the pain. It's about understanding that pain is a part of life, like it or not. And if you want to disagree with me, that's okay. Go out and see if you can ameliorate pain. You can't. Pain is a part of life, as is joy, as is feeling great, as is happiness, as is suffering. It's all part of the human experience. However, your suffering is a choice. And you can consciously choose your suffering. And you can become more aware that when you are suffering, it's you resisting the pain that's in your life. And if you will just accept that pain and embrace that pain, maybe just like in the gym, when you're doing a heavy set of squats and your legs are burning and the lactic acid is building up, or you're doing curls and your arms are burning and the lactic acid is building up, you tell yourself, hey, this is painful, but I know it's allowing me to grow. Let me just give you one last thing before we sign off for today. You ready? Positive thinking is not expecting the best. That's illusion. That's probably what you've been taught. That's what I've been taught. But it's illusion. Positive thinking is not expecting the best. Positive thinking is accepting. Underscore, underscore, exclamation point, exclamation point. Accepting that what is happening is the best for your future development, advancement, and growth. You want to be a truly positive person, then you accept your pain. You accept your situation, and you learn how to leverage, how to utilize that, and commit. That's the second part, acceptance and commitment therapy. Commit to making it work for you. That's what ultimate performers do. Time after time after time, you study history and you find that those who reach the ultimate levels of their own personal performance do not have easier lives. They have harder lives. But they have an uncanny ability to accept the difficulties and to utilize those to grow forward, to burst forward, to break through versus break down. Hope I've given you some things to think about. You know, you can check out my blog if you want more depth and detail. Until we speak again, as always, stay awake. This lesson's really about staying awake. Wake up, right? Lose the rose-colored glasses. Lose the illusion. Lose the romanticism. Wake up. Stay awake. Love life, all of it, even the pain. It means you're alive. It means you're growing. And ultimately, as always, be epic.